Good morning, veterans, ladies, and gentlemen. I am Corey Beam, the Executive Assistant to the Director for the Medical Center, and your Master of Ceremonies for today's virtual event. Despite any challenge we face, our nation comes together on Memorial Day to recognize veterans, demonstrate support for their loved ones, offer comfort, and recommit to being forever mindful that our liberties we enjoy today are because of the service and sacrifices of our nation's military. As a veteran, I am honored to uphold and be with you this Memorial Day. At this time, Ryan Duncan, the Chief of Chaplain Services, will offer the invocation.
God, today we honor the men and women who have served our country and are no longer with us. We also honor those who have supported these service members. We ask for strength and comfort today as we reflect on the lives of all the service members we have lost. God, we ask that you keep watch over those who have left us and provide us peace and comfort as we remember the veterans we have lost, our service members, and those who support them. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Duncan. Ms. Julie Vos, the Associate Director for the VA Manchester Healthcare System, will read New Hampshire Memorial Day Proclamation written and signed by our Governor, Christopher Sununu.
The State of New Hampshire, by His Excellency Christopher T. Sununu, Governor. A proclamation in the year of our Lord 2021, Memorial Day, May 30th, 2021. Whereas Memorial Day is a day celebrated every year to reflect and honor the sacrifices and memories of the men and women who have served our country. And whereas we are committed to honoring the memories of New Hampshire's war dead and honoring their lives and deaths with reverence and gratitude. And whereas in the recent years, with the deaths of New Hampshire citizens serving in the armed forces of the United States, the citizens of our state are painfully aware of the turmoil and loss of war, and are grateful for the sacrifices of those who gave their lives in service to this country. And whereas each person who died in service to his or her country was a loved one who was cherished by family and friends, and each death was a tremendous loss to the community, state, and nation. And whereas we honor our fallen soldiers, our military personnel, and our veterans who continue to serve for the ideals of freedom, and we pay tribute to their personal sacrifices to achieve this common good by lowering our flags to half-staff until noon on Memorial Day in observance. Now therefore I, Christopher T. Sununu, Governor of the State of New Hampshire, do hereby proclaim May 30th, 2021 as Memorial Day in the State of New Hampshire, and call this day to the attention of all citizens so they may reflect upon the service of our brave men and women in uniform who have given the ultimate sacrifice to protect our freedoms and liberties. In testimony whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the State of New Hampshire to be affixed this 5th day of May, 2021. Christopher T. Sununu, Governor.
It is now my distinct honor and privilege to introduce Mr. Kevin Forrest. Mr. Forrest retired from the United States Army, and today he continues to serve veterans as the Director of the VA Manchester Healthcare System. Sir.
Thank you, Corey. Welcome to the 2021 VA Manchester Healthcare System Memorial Day ceremony. New Hampshire Senators Shaheen and Hassan, Congresswoman Custer, and Congressman Pappas are also participating in today's ceremony. They are ever present in support of New Hampshire's veterans and their loved ones, and we value their partnership. Memorial Day is set aside to honor and remember military personnel who have died in the performance of their duties while serving in the United States Armed Forces. The COVID-19 pandemic has challenged us, as many have been missing their loved ones in isolation. We are making strides in addressing the pandemic and getting back to normal by vaccinating our veterans, their loved ones, and caregivers. And it is my hope that our collective efforts will bring us together face to face and soon for support, celebration, and a new beginning. Our journey has brought many lessons of what is possible. VA Manchester Healthcare System's workforce has deployed into the community to support veteran and civilian care, and we have experienced loss. I have reflected on what we have been able to accomplish and sustain, and am incredibly grateful. Applying technology to deliver care supported our veterans when face-to-face care was limited. Today, it allows us to be together to find comfort, connect, and remember. As a veteran myself, I served among some who paid the ultimate sacrifice. I've learned that the loss of one life has a deep impact that goes beyond that veteran's immediate family, impacting their loved ones, friends, neighbors, and communities. One Marine in particular resonates with me. When I was at the Burn Center at Fort Sam Houston, this Marine fought horrific blast injuries for over a year, unselfishly helping other veterans deal with their injuries before succumbing to his wounds. To this day, I serve mindful of this Marine's service, sacrifice, and impact on others. As we survive the loss of our loved ones, we honor them by preserving their legacy and being there for one another. For over 150 years, we've set aside this day to remember service members in death and celebrate their lives. Today's ceremony offers a remembrance and an opportunity for VA Manchester Healthcare System's entire workforce to share in your sorrow and celebrate the life of your loved one. On behalf of VA Manchester, we offer you our deepest condolences. We recognize for many of you, this will be the first Memorial Day without your loved one. Our country shares in your grief and recognizes your loss. Thank you for taking your time away from family and friends to join us as we recognize the sacrifices of our nation's veterans.
Thank you, Mr. Forrest. At this time, VA Manchester Healthcare System will share video remarks from the New Hampshire Congressional Delegation. At this time, it is my distinct honor to share Senator Jeanne Shaheen's video message.
Hi, I'm Jeanne Shaheen, and I want to begin by thanking the staff at the Manchester VA for hosting this virtual program and for the incredible work you do every day for our veterans. Today gives us an opportunity to reflect on the service of those who made the ultimate sacrifice. The men and women we honor today have represented the best of our American ideals. They met tremendous danger with courage and commitment to duty that helped preserve our freedoms and inspired millions to answer the call to service. Today, I think of my uncle, Brunel Bowers, who I never knew. A Marine, he served during World War II and tragically was declared missing in action in 1944 when his plane went down over the South Pacific. His story and our family's story is shared by so many Americans. It's one of service and sacrifice. And as we honor those we've lost, we also honor their families who have endured so much hardship. My thoughts are with all of those thinking of their loved ones who gave the ultimate sacrifice to keep us safe and free. Our commitment to honor those who've died in defense of our nation should never be limited to just one day. We must always strive to live by their example of selfless dedication to the cause of liberty. Thank you again to the Manchester VA and all of you for taking the time to reflect on the lives of those who gave everything to our country. God bless you.
At this time, it is my distinct honor to introduce Senator Maggie Hassan's video Memorial Day message.
Hello, everybody. I'm Senator Maggie Hassan. Thank you to the Manchester VA Medical Center for hosting this virtual Memorial Day ceremony and for supporting veterans throughout this pandemic. Last year, when I recorded a similar video, we were all facing enormous uncertainty, but we are now seeing the light at the end of the tunnel of this pandemic. I was just at the Manchester Medical Center, I think it was just last month, talking with people as they got their vaccinations. The vaccines are making a huge difference, and I am really looking forward to seeing you all in person soon. On Memorial Day, we remember the generations of brave men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our country. We owe these heroes a debt of gratitude that can never truly be repaid, but we must always strive to honor. We also express our sympathies on Memorial Day for the families of these brave men and women. And we also honor all of the veterans and service members who have followed in our fallen heroes' footsteps. Thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for all that you continue to do to keep our country safe, secure, and free. Be well, everybody. Stay safe.
At this time, we are honored to share Congresswoman Ann McLean Custer's video message. At this time, we are honored to share Congresswoman Ann McLean Custer's video message.
Good afternoon. It has been more than 1 year since we began living with the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. And as we begin to recover, I am so pleased and grateful for the opportunity on this Memorial Day to give thanks and pay respects to Americans and Granite Staters who gave their lives for all of us. To all of the veterans, active duty service members, and military families, thank you for your service and your sacrifice. On Memorial Day, we gather to commemorate the bravery, the patriotism, and the sacrifice of these heroic men and women. We are so proud of their commitment to our country, and today we pause to remember and honor their lives. To all the family members who have lost a loved one, thank you for your sacrifice as well. It is both their sacrifice and yours that combine to make our military a shining beacon of strength for the American people. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. The dedication shown by our veterans, active duty service members, National Guard and reserves, their families, and those who help support our military represents what makes this country truly great. Their commitment symbolizes the unbreakable spirit of fortitude and community at the very core of our nation. We live in the greatest country on earth, but its greatness is forged through sacrifice. May we never forget that sacrifice. May we honor and celebrate all of our soldiers, sailors, Marines, Coast Guard, and airmen. And may God bless you and the United States of America.
At this time, we are also honored to have remarks by video from Congressman Chris Pappas.
Thank you for inviting me to join today's Memorial Day ceremony at the VA Medical Center in Manchester. I want to thank Director Kevin Forrest and the team at the Manchester VA for the work you all are doing caring for our veterans at such a difficult time. And of course, I want to thank all the veterans who have served our country who are joining us today. Memorial Day didn't begin with an order from the federal government as a national holiday. It started in places like Tilton, Manchester, and Portsmouth following the Civil War, a conflict that tore our nation apart and claimed more American lives than any conflict in US history. Community members would gather to pray and place flowers on the graves of their war dead long before Decoration Day and later Memorial Day were codified into law. Came from a need of people and communities throughout this country to heal wounds and to honor the memory of the ones they had lost in a terrible war. As a member of Congress, I've had the opportunity to speak with family members of fallen Granite State soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, sometimes only days after they've lost a loved one. These are profoundly difficult, solemn conversations to have, and often it's important to listen and to bear witness to their suffering and to their loss and ensure that we never forget. It's a stark reminder of why we're here today, because on Memorial Day, we gather to offer our thanks and praise to service members who have given what Lincoln called the last full measure of our devotion to defend our country. And we do so knowing that their passing leaves a hole in the lives of their family members and community members that our words can never fill. That's the price of the life that we all enjoy. It's the real cost of our freedom. And that cost means that we all owe a debt. It's a debt to never forget the sacrifices made by soldiers in places far and wide around the globe, every place that American blood has been shed in service of this country. And it's a debt to ensure that when American veterans return home and their service is complete, that we are there for them every step of the way to provide the care, support, and respect that they have earned. It's an honor to serve on the House Veterans Affairs Committee. Every day we make sure we never forget the sacrifices of our service members and work to pay down that debt little by little through our deeds and not just words. As President Kennedy said of those who have served, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. And that's a job we all have to make sure we get right. So thank you again for inviting me to join you today. I encourage any veteran here who may need assistance to please reach out and contact our office. We are here to serve you. Everyone, please stay safe. Take care.
On behalf of the VA Manchester Healthcare System, we offer our gratitude to the congressional delegation for their uninterrupted dedication to veterans and their families. VA Manchester Healthcare System has a long-standing tradition of honoring veterans who have died by placing a wreath of flowers donated by the Daughters of the American Revolution at the foot of our nation's flag. 3 years after the Civil War ended, on May 5, 1868, Major General John A. Logan, the head of an organization of Union veterans, the Grand Army of the Republic, established Decoration Day, May 30th, as a time for the nation to decorate the graves of the war dead with flowers. It is believed that the date was chosen because the flowers would be in bloom all over our country. This year, we are changing tradition by honoring veterans who have died by placing a wreath in our Memorial Hall. Spring flower tribute and wreath placement will be made by Mr. Forrest and Denise Gionet, the Gold Star mother. Denise's son Daniel served in Afghanistan in 2003 to 2004. Then he re-enlisted and became an Army medic. He was killed in Iraq on June 4, 2006, when an improvised explosive device detonated near his tank, weeks before he was due to come home. He was 23 years old and a newlywed. Denise is a Manchester VA team member and walks to Memorial Hall daily. She says they are all her sons and daughters, and they are each remembered. Memorial Day is personal at Manchester VA. At this time, the wreath will be placed on the stand in the Memorial Hall and will remain on display to signify our uninterrupted remembrance. We will never forget. With the flower wreath in place, we ask that you join us in a moment of silence. Our timeless tradition has included a performance from a Manchester High School marching band who could not be with us today due to the pandemic and restrictions on large gatherings. We will now play America the Beautiful. Tradition has also included a presentation of a rose as a symbol of our condolence and appreciation on behalf of the grateful nation to the loved ones of all who have passed in the last year. During this portion of our ceremony, we pay tribute to the New Hampshire veterans who have died over the past year. Today, we honor the lives of 2,832 veterans. Your friends at the VA Manchester Healthcare System and the community wish to honor your loved one and invite you to share a name or your sentiments on the social media posting we are reviewing this ceremony. While our in-person service can never be replaced by a video, we hope you feel some comfort in our collective effort to ensure no veteran is ever forgotten. Thank you. Again, this is where a high school marching band would have traditionally played taps and echo. We look forward to having them back next year and know they stand with us as we honor our fallen. All who are able are asked to stand in unity for taps and echo.
Thank you for joining us for today's Memorial Day ceremony. I ask that you continue your remembrance by sharing images of your loved ones and messages on our Facebook page. Please also share your support of others who may feel alone on this day of remembrance. Let them know they are not alone and their loved ones will never be forgotten. Your efforts help our nation to honor those veterans we so fondly remember today and to pray for the safe return of our military from the fields of battle. Thank you for joining us for this ceremony.
God, we are committed to honoring our service members and remembering those who have faithfully served this great nation. Give rest to our veterans who have died and comfort those who remain. We thank you for your constant presence in our lives, and we ask you to walk with us as we think, remember, and reflect on each veteran who has completed their watch and now rests in your presence. Amen.